Hi guys, so this is the replacement of the motherboard for an Oppo Find X3 Pro. This is the initial board. The processor was faulty. The phone just started first overheating, then losing camera control. That means the camera does not even come up. First I thought it was the camera, but then you know how our jobs can be sometimes a little bit complex. So it happened not to be the camera. Then it showed further sign that yes, it had to be from the motherboard, that the charging became slower, and series of issues come up like that, and then it started boot looping in the end. Actually, this was my personal phone. I had it about 6 months ago alongside my Pixel, and yeah, finally decided to place order for this one, as now I have sold my Pixel, and here's the package all the way from China. So this is what we've got in the box. I'm replacing this. Okay, well, because my own initial board is a 256 gig and a 12 gig RAM, I had to ensure to order the same thing. A little pricey until luckily another seller posted it on AliExpress about a few months later after I've checked, and then well, it seems more affordable from there. Okay, I believe this is the fingerprint sensor, and let's set that aside. So let's see what we've got. So this is my phone. This is the back cover. It's cracked. Actually, I like the phone because of the aesthetics, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. The back, and I'm preparing a lot of things for the phone as well. This is a MagSafe compatible. I'm preparing that for the phone itself. Well, here is what I really love about the phone. Apart from the design and shape and some extra features, I love this back. Unfortunately, it's broken. I've got a plan for that as well. I had a back cover coming in, but I still have a use case for this one. I just love this back. I mean, I don't know any phone that you would consider sexier than this. From the seamless curve of the glass to the mirror finish, this is so pretty. So call me nostalgic, but a few reasons why I'm picking this over my Pixel again is the processing power. I use a Pixel 7a. It's got the Tensor G2, I presume. It's got the Tensor G2, and as you all know, Pixel, they are good for AI tasks and the likes, but when it comes to pure graphical and processing power, well, they still lag behind the Snapdragon. And despite this being a 2-year-old Snapdragon behind the particular Pixel I have, this is the Snapdragon 888. This processor is still far more competent than what Pixel slapped inside our phone. So I will have to first get rid of this old thermal paste, and note this is sitting right on the AMOLED screen, but I want a clean installation, which is why I'm putting this here. I'll have to get rid of this. Let me scrape it off. So getting this out of the way, so with that out of the way, let me do a little more cleaning with some chemicals so that I can have a properly clean swab, because I presume one of the things that might have caused the previous issue most likely will be the fact that the phone is overheating, and I don't want such incidents to repeat itself, so I'd rather be more precautious this time. So yeah, that is clean. No extra debris. So now I can apply thermal paste. I would have loved to use thermal pads, but they wouldn't be so effective as using thermal paste, so I'll just go straight for a thermal paste, because that will be more efficient in conducting heat from the processor to the entire board. So I'll be using thermal paste first. It's been quite a long time since I last used thermal paste, except on system, because it's not something you do often. So let me get the first blob out. Okay, I think now we have the proper layer. Now applying the thermal paste. This is the new board. It will have to sit flush, and I'll have to wipe clean the new board as well, so that I can have a perfect contact point. Underneath that board will be another layer of thermal paste, which is definitely not advisable to take it off because you don't want to compromise on the thermal capacity. And coming from just that end, according to what has happened to the previous one, I'd rather not do that. So I'll do it all in and spread. Just a little bit of rotation. I wouldn't need to worry about it globing somewhere because the board itself, the processor area of the boards had already been shielded by copper tape, so that's to also improve conductivity of it, so I don't need to worry too much about that. Of course, I still can't apply too much, but I think this much is sufficient. And the next one will be this point here, but I think I'll only need a little here. So it's not always ideal to have a very thick layer of thermal paste, but I don't know how well this will sit on the board. Perhaps I may need to scrape some of those off, but let me spread it out a little bit. I think the spread is gonna do good. So I think that should do it. Let me make it more uniform. The more area one can cover with the thermal paste, the better the thermal conductivity. This should just be over the top of the processor, right there. The Snapdragon 888 is sitting right underneath that copper sheet. So that applied. A little blob on this one too, just small. So I'll sit this in. Note this panel was ordered straight from AliExpress and it came in a few days ago. The shipping was quite fast considering it got here in like less than 2 weeks. I've had shipment that spent months and so on like that, so getting, though some other things I ordered came way before this one, and I ordered them later after this one, different shipment, different. So WeChat, there they are. Now that is in. First off, before anything, let's see what we have. Because first, this is the most exciting part. I just want to see power and home screen, but one other thing, I need to verify that camera, because one thing that has failed long before the other components failed on my device was the camera. So I have to see them, and I have to see that it's working and my diagnosis was right, because then my colleague at that point thought it probably was the camera itself. He demanded I order a camera online, but I was quite sure, as I was the one using the phone, and the way the problems escalated one after the other, that gave me an hint that the problem can't be the camera. So let's see if I'm right. Though I'm quite confident I probably am, based on my experience with the phone and the way the problems escalated. So I could almost say, oh, we have vibration, we are live. Wow. This is quite a rush of excitement, because I haven't seen the screen on like this in a while. It's been a very long time, and this is just, it's nice to see. So the issue with the camera before was this: the camera doesn't launch at all. You launch the camera app and it shuts itself down every time. So I'll know now. Once I open the camera and it opens, that means yeah, I'm right. And if it didn't, I hope that's not the case though, but I kind of believe that won't be the case. So that's okay. We have power. Wow. Flight mode. Okay. Before anything else, please, before anything else. Wow. Okay, we have my camera back on. Wait, something is going on there. My front camera is not switching, though probably because I put it in after I've put battery on the device. But shutting it down should actually get that fixed. But at least this is a sign that my camera is fine, because initially my camera didn't even come up at all. It doesn't launch. You put it in and it just does not launch. So I believe it was because I actually clipped the front camera after I powered the phone on. So I think if it boots on this time, the front camera should work. I'm actually very excited to have this phone back with me, because I love the design of the phone. The design for me. And the fact that it's Snapdragon 888, I still believe the processor is very competent. And this is 2025, of course, but then processor will still outperform most of the other mid-range. Actually, did I say most of the other? I'll tell all the mid-range processors out there. For a fact, go cross-check all the mid-range processors currently out there. This will outperform. And the added bonus of the screen type, the 1 billion pixel colors, and the microscope camera on this device. For all those tiny little perks, I will take this 2% charge. First, let me see my shoes. Seems like we still have a problem with the front camera. But anyways, that wouldn't hurt much. Since my front camera is faulty. That is bad. I'd say really bad though. But anyways, I'm glad the back camera is back online though. No front camera for me. Sheesh. Sad. Well, I could place that one online. It's cheaper. But at least my phone is back online. I could just put this back together and screw things in place. And then I would really hope that this front camera is not faulty afterwards. Trying to observe if there is no debris stuck down there. Doesn't seem like anything is obstructing it. And I hope I didn't shut it myself. So that's it. The video will continue later on when I put the phone together. All I need to do now is just some boring stuff I don't think you all would want to sit back and watch. But anyways, you're welcome to sit and watch if you want to. I'm playing silent.